Glaucus was a fisherman, and he was fishing one day from a green meadow which sloped down to the sea. He had spread all his catch out on the grass and was counting them, when he saw them all begin to move, and then they moved towards the water and slid into the sea and swam away. He was utterly amazed. Had a god done this, or was there some power in the grass? At once an irresistible desire came over him, a longing for the sea. There was no denying it. He ran and he leaped into the waves. The sea gods received him kindly, and they called upon Ocean and Tethys to purge his mortal nature away and to make him one of them. 100 rivers were summoned to pour their waters upon him. He lost consciousness in the rushing flood. When he recovered, he was a sea god with hair green like the sea and a body ending in a fish tail. To the dwellers in the water, it was a fine and familiar form, but strange and repellent to dwellers on earth. So he seemed to the lovely nymph Scylla when she was bathing in a little bay and caught sight of him rising from the sea. She fled in terror until she stood on a lofty promontory where she could safely watch him. She wondered at this half-man, half-fish. Glaucus called up to her, "Maiden, I am no monster. I am a god with power over the waters, and I love you." But Scylla turned from him and ran inland and was lost to his sight. Glaucus was in despair, for he was madly in love, and he determined to go to Circe, the enchantress, and to beg her for a love potion to melt Scylla's hard heart. But as he told her of his love and implored her help, Circe fell in love with him. She wooed him with her sweetest words and looks, but Glaucus would have none of her. "Trees will cover the sea bottom and seaweed the mountain tops before I cease to love Scylla." Circe was furiously angry, but with Scylla, not Glaucus. She prepared a vial of powerful poison, and going to the bay where Scylla bathed, she poured this horrible liquid into its waters. As soon as Scylla entered the water, she was changed into a frightful monster. Out from her body grew serpents and fierce dogs' heads. The beastly forms were part of her. She could not fly from them or push them away. She stood there rooted to a rock in her unutterable misery, hating and destroying everything that came within her reach, a peril to all sailors who passed near her, as Jason and Odysseus and Aeneas would later find out.